Hey everybody, in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to create the six-sided cube project. First thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go up and get our rectangle tool, and we're going to click, let go, slide our mouse, and we are going to draw a 5 by 5 rectangle, which is going to be a square actually. So I'm going to type 5, hit tab, type 5, hit enter. Click on my magnifying glass. There's my 5 by 5 square. Now I need to turn it into a cube, so I have to extrude it. I'm going to go up to 3D model, go to extrude. Okay, and the distance I'm going to extrude it is also 5 inches, and click OK. Click my magnifying glass so I can see the full cube. Now I'm real quickly going to go over two different ways that you can rotate and navigate which sides of the cube that you view. The first way to do it is if you go up and you hover over this cube above your view bar. You can click and hold anywhere on this cube, and once you hold down you can slide your mouse and it will rotate the cube for you. The other cool feature about this cube is, let's say I wanted to look at just this face of the cube. I didn't want to see the other two sides. I just want to look at one side straight on. Well, all I have to do that is I need to click on the face of the cube, and the cube right here is labeled as to which side is what. So if you notice, that's the top side, left side, back side. Okay? Please pay attention though. Notice how just the top or the face is highlighted. If I slide my mouse just a little bit, I've highlighted the edge. And there's a third one, you can select just the corner. Okay, so let's say I want to look at just the back of the cube. I'm going to make sure that the back is highlighted, and I'm going to click on it. The other way you can view your cube is a tool called Orbit, and it's right here in your view bar below your magnifying glass. You're going to click on it, and you're going to see a circle with a little plus mark in the middle. If you click anywhere inside of the circle and hold your mouse down, again, you can freely move, spin, and manipulate the cube however you'd like. Okay? If you have your mouse outside of the circle and you click and hold, you're just going to be able to rotate it in a 360-degree manner. Okay? So, two quick ways to view and manipulate your cube. Play around with both of them. Use whatever one's most comfortable for you. So I'm going to square up here. I'm going to look at just the front, hit my magnifying glass. First thing I'm going to do is one of the sides you're going to have to draw a 5-sided pentagon. But before we do that, we need to start a sketch on one of the sides of the cube. So let's say my cube was angled a little bit. I'm going to spin it here. It does not matter what side of the cube you put your drawings on. The only thing that matters is that each side of the cube has a shape drawn on it. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to start a new 2D sketch. And I'm going to click on any one of these three faces of the cube. Does not matter. I'll pick this one to start. Okay, it squares it up, so I'm only looking at just that side of the cube. First thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to find the center of this side of the cube. And to do that, we're just simply going to use our line tool, and we're going to draw an X from corner to corner. So I'm going to hover over this top left corner, make sure I get my green dot. I'm going to click, and I'm going to come on over to the opposite corner, get my other green dot. I'm going to draw that line, hit escape, go back, click line tool. Start in the upper right corner and go to the lower left corner. Get my green dot. And there we go. So where the two lines crisscross, that is the exact center of this side of the cube. The first shape you're going to draw is a 5-sided pentagon. So I'm going to go up underneath the rectangle tool. I'm going to click my little black drop down arrow right here. And I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom of the menu to polygon. First thing you're going to need to do is determine and set the number of sides. Okay, a pentagon has 5 sides. So I'm going to make sure that this says 5. Do not click done. If you click done, it's going to end the polygon tool and you won't be able to draw it. Polygon, set it to 5. Okay, you're going to hover right over the center of those 2 lines we just drew where they crisscross. You're going to click, slide your mouse outward, and click to place your polygon. Now, we need to put some dimensions on this polygon. So I'm going to go up to the top. I'm going to click on my dimension tool. Click on the top peak of the pentagon. Please be careful that you do not click on one of the sides. If you notice right here, this whole top right side is highlighted. I don't want that. I want just this little corner, and it'll give you a white dot. I'm going to get this out of my way. So I'm going to click on the top of the cube, and then I'm going to have to pick one of these lower corners, either the lower left corner or the lower right. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go with the lower right. And I'm going to slide my mouse outward and click to place it. Okay. The dimensions right now, this pentagon is just over 4 inches tall. Very close to actually what I wanted it. Your pentagon needs to be exactly 4 inches tall. So I'm going to delete this dimension, type 4, hit enter. Okay. Now, each shape that you draw needs to be extruded. Some where you're going to extrude out, and some where you're going to extrude in. Oh, wait for the bell here to stop ringing. Okay, the pentagon. I'm going to go back to 3D model. Click extrude. I'm going to highlight or hover over the pentagon, and I am going to extrude it outward. I am going to extrude it 1 inch and click OK. Okay, so there's my polygon, 5-sided pentagon that sticks out of one side. I'm now going to go to another side and I'm going to draw a 6-sided hexagon. So I'm going to click Start 2D Sketch. Pick one of these 2 sides. I'll go on the top. Click magnifying glass. Again, we need to find the center. So we're going to use our line tool. We're going to go from corner to corner. Make sure you're getting your green dots on each corner. Going to go back up to polygon. We're going to click on our polygon tool. I now need to change the number of sides from 5 to 6 to draw a hexagon. You're going to start right in the middle. Click. Slide your mouse outward. And click it to place the polygon. Okay. Again, we got to put some dimensions on it. Click on our dimension tool. I'm going to click one of the top corners, either this corner or that corner. So I'm going to go with that corner and the bottom right corner. Okay, once I've selected those 2 corners, I'm going to slide my mouse outward. Click and place the dimension. This hexagon is going to be 4 inches tall. So I'm going to type in 4. Click OK. Now I need to extrude this. So I'm going to go back to 3D model. Extrude. I need to select the polygon shape. So I'm going to select it. This one we are going to extrude inward. We're going to push it into the cube. So I need to flip the direction right there. Okay. This one pushes it in. This direction will lift it up. Okay. So we're going to push it into the cube 1 inch. Click OK. Got my 2 polygons. Next, we're going to start another 2D sketch on this side of the cube. The next shape we're going to draw is a circle. Again, we need to find the center, so I'm going to get my X lines here. Okay, I'm going to click on Circle tool. Start it right in the middle where the 2 lines crisscross. Click, slide my mouse outward, and I'm going to type in 4 and hit enter. There's my 4-inch diameter circle. Go up to 3D model, extrude, click on the circle. You got to tell it what shape you want to actually extrude. I'm going to click on the circle. The circle is going to come out of the cube 1 inch. Click OK. Now you're going to have to use your orbit tool. Click on your orbit tool. Click inside of the blue circle, and I'm going to spin my cube so that I can see the other 3 sides left. Start a 2D sketch. Pick one of the 3 sides. I'll go with this one. Next shape you're going to draw is going to be a rectangle. So I'm going to come on back up to polygon, and I'm going to switch it back over to rectangle. And the rectangle is actually going to end up being a square. It is going to be 3 inches. I'm going to hit tab by 3 inches and hit enter. But look what I forgot to do. I forgot to draw my X lines, so this is not centered. I can go up to the top and click undo, grab my line tool, get my X's in here, click OK. Now this one's a little tricky. You can't really start a rectangle from the center. Okay, so this is a problem, and we're going to have to figure it out. Well, if I know I want my rectangle to be 3 inches tall, I can click my line tool, and if the 2 lines right here in the middle, if that's going to be the middle of the square, and I know I want it to be 3 inches, I'm going to come up, I'm going to draw a line that's half of 3, so it's going to be 1.5, and click enter. Okay, now I'm going to go to the right 1.5 inches and hit enter. This is going to be the point in which I start my rectangle. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my rectangle tool. I'm going to start right here. Make sure I get my green dot. Click it. Slide. You're going to type 3, tab 3, enter. Now I can go back and I can delete these 2 lines here and my dimensions if I want. Go to 3D model, extrude. Again, select the square. This one we're going to push into the cube. So I'm going to flip the direction right here. I want it extruded inward 1 inch, and I'm going to click OK. 2 more to go. Start a 2D sketch. Click on this side of the cube. Hit your magnifying glass. Next shape we're going to draw is a triangle. Again, same thing. Get our X lines in here. Let's find the center. Again, it's going to be tough to draw a triangle coming from the center. So you're going to have to get yourself a reference point. Click on the line tool. You're going to click and you're going to go straight up 1.5 inches and click OK. You're also going to go back to the middle and you're going to go down 1.5 inches. So 1.5 and 1.5. This will be the entire height of my triangle. I'm going to click on line tool. From the bottom line I just drew, I'm going to click and I'm going to slide it to the right 1.5 inches. Okay, hit escape. Click on your line tool. Come back to the middle, slide it to the left 1.5, enter. Oops. Drew that one a little crooked. Slide it to the left 1.5, enter. And OK. Now, looks kind of confusing, so let's go ahead and delete these white dimension lines. Just click on them and hit delete. Alright, so I have my 3 points of the triangle. This is going to be the top of my triangle. This will be the right side, and that will be the left side. So I'm going to get my line tool. Click on the left side, connect it up to the peak. take my peak and connect it down to the right side.